So one of the things I love about science is even a failed experiment is a success. And I'm one of the most successful people in the world at failed experiments. With that in mind, enjoy the video. Hot. Welcome back to Hoochos. Now, I'm actually really excited about this experiment. I've been wanting to do this for ages. So, uh, this is the Mars Hydro Jelly Grow. So if you're gonna do this at home, if I'm successful, that is, the things you'll need are some water crystals, which can be found at any hardware store pretty much. You'll need hydroponic nutrient. So this is just a leafy greens hydroponic nutrient. This one's available at any Bunnings across Australia, and it would probably be available in another form in an overseas retailer. You also need something to grow in. I recommend pots that aren't clear. I'm just using clear pots purely so that you can see the root growth in the jelly itself. You'll need something to measure and something to measure smaller increments, as well as whatever you're growing. I'll be growing some green cos lettuce just because I'm keeping it simple, and I want to see how an easy plant to grow goes in the jelly before I up it to another level. You'll also need a grow light. Mars Hydro has supplied me with a TS1000 grow light, and it's the first grow I'll be using it for, so we'll see how that goes in this video. So first of all, we'll make up the hydroponic jelly. I'm actually not quite sure of the ratio that the water crystals will go into the hydroponic nutrient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up half a tub of hydroponic nutrient, sprinkle the crystals over until I get a decent consistency in the liquid. So the dilution rate for this hydroponic nutrient is 10 mils per 2 liters. This is actually 2 liters here, so I'll just put 10 mils in. So I'm just going to add in 0.5 of a mil of H2O2. This is optional. This H2O2 is a 50% concentration, so make sure you read your concentrations on your hydrogen peroxide and scale it appropriately. Now we can add in our water crystals. So I'm going to start with half a cup and leave it. It says to leave it for 5 hours. So I'm not sure how far they expand, but I'm going to try half a cup first and try our luck. Wow, like that took like a minute and a half, and it's like solid. I'm gonna add another liter of hydroponic nutrient. Now, I actually want to stress here, you probably don't need hydroponic nutrient to start seeds. I'm just doing it from the start to give it a little bit of consistency, and seeds will generally have enough nutrient in them to get them through to germination without the addition of hydroponic nutrient. Now, to plant into it, all I'm going to do is take my seeds, make a couple of rows in the jelly, and drop the seeds straight onto the jelly and then cover them over. So the reason that I don't recommend using a clear container is because the light will be able to penetrate all the way through the sides and the top of the jelly, which means that this is probably going to turn green just from algal growth. Now, the reason that I've used the hydrogen peroxide is I'm trying to kill off any algae that exists in the water. However, there's bound to be some that sneak through, could then cause an algal bloom. So let's get this onto the grow stand, set up the Mars Hydro, and we'll let the seeds do their work. So this is the setup. Super simple stuff. Now I just have to turn the light on and be patient. You guys don't have to be though. Day 2. What I was worried about happening has happened, and as you can see on the top of the jelly, some bubbles have started forming. Also throughout the jelly, especially in the top layer where the light's penetrating most. So the bubbles that would normally form in water are being caught by the jelly, which is actually quite interesting. But I'm going to continue the experiment and see how the seeds cope going forward. Onward. So on the first attempt, I seem to have created a fantastic insect trap. So I gave up on the first attempt and threw it on the garden. And I'm going to try attempt number 2, and I'm also going to be more sparing with the water crystals, as the reason I think that the first attempt didn't work is because there wasn't enough water for the water crystals, and I think that the water crystals may have dehydrated the seeds. So I'm going to fill this up, add in hydroponic nutrient, then just sprinkle bit by bit crystals until I come to a mixture that I'm happy with, rather than just add in half a cup, and we'll take it from there. So it's been an hour. I'm going to add in another liter of water because I think I've overdone the crystals again. I'm going to also add in 5 mils of hydroponic nutrient with the water. All right. That's better. I think that's the consistency it's meant to be. So I'm just going to add in the seeds to that, and I'm going to do 2 different types of seeds just in case the seeds that I used are the reason that they're not germinating. Number 2. That's so much better. And we'll take it down and put it under the light. So we do have some seedlings breaking through the jelly and making their way, but they're not doing it as successfully as I would have liked. So I'm going to go to the second stage of this experiment. And I'm just going to add in some already germinated and well-established seedlings into the jelly and see how they go, and if this method can perhaps be used once the seedlings are established. So I'll transfer them over from the propagation system into the jelly, and we'll see how they go. Success! Just kidding. At least I was able to predict the algal bloom. There's a little bit of mold on there as well, but I think that's from the dead insects. I've managed to kill these 2 seedlings. It smells a bit rank too. Oh well, worth a try. So a major factor in this experiment not working, I believe, is the lack of oxygen that is able to circulate within the jelly itself. With water and hydroponic nutrient, you have continuous circulation between the hot and cold areas of the water, which allows all of the water to essentially be part of the surface area at some point or another. And the oxygen exchanges on the surface of the water, which allows crack key hydroponics to work even though you're not actively oxygenating the solution. The jelly, I think, actually traps all of the lack of oxygen and doesn't allow circulation within the system. So whatever oxygen the plants use up doesn't get replenished at any point, which will suffocate the roots of the plant. And I think that's a major factor in why this experiment didn't work. But it was worth a go. And like and subscribe for more pushing the boundaries on Hoochos.